Hello. Why is VTube Studio not working? OBS, do you wanna work with me? Let me fix it, chat. There we go. Okay. We got that taken care of. Now I don't really have anything to talk about, so we'll just hop right into the game. Hello? There we go. Thank you. Hello. Hi, just followed you on Twitter X. I'd appreciate it if you could follow back. Yeah.
Full steam ahead!
I can do that afterward. You stream too, or something else? Muscular shift. Alright. Yeah, just straight gone. Okay. Do. is away. Do 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 do. Give me all of this. Do 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 do. Yay! Scoutfly, Poke Poke tracking level up. Do 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 do. Give me those. Ah, come on. Fine, if you wanna be that way. Get out of here. Oh, hello, little fishies. I could just totally cheat right here, right? Yup. Oh, did the engine half pop back up here? It seems to do that whenever I do this, whole, like, cycle. Grabbing stuff from over here. Yep, there he is. Alright, let's do this thing. State cannon hit hard. Ow. Didn't notice he started earlier tonight. I actually didn't. Started at 10 MST like I always do. Oh god. I don't think I'm in daylight savings. Nope, not. I don't know. Time is weird. I think I'm mixing up my times. It looked like my clock said 11:30, not 12:30. Reading is hard. That is fair. That is 100% fair. Doobie doobie doo ba doobie doobie doo nah. Hello, sir. I haven't used the gun lance in a minute. Get him. Nice, got a worm stake cannon into his foot. Ow. While I'm down here and they're distracted, what's doing? No, not claw attack, low worm stake blast. Am I stupid? Is it because if there's still one inside him that it won't do it? Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, got on his toilet. If I keep stabbing, he'll fall eventually. go, go. So many footprints. With an Anjanath scale in there. Neat. Still in need of fangs, though. Oh, jeez. One of my friends was ranting about her, boyfriend through, like, an anonymous, thingy in a server I'm in. Like an anonymous confession bot. But I can tell who it was. And I know who it is, and I know the guy. I'm like, huh. I did not know he was this much of a douche. Anon bots are fun. What did he say? I need the tea. Oh, it's... I guess it's vague enough I could go into it on stream. Cause they're like long distance. And she has a couple, you know, friends with benefits. So they, you know, they're doing this, all this stuff, and the guy, you know, they're in like an open relationship, by the way. Very poly. Dude's got 3 girlfriends. And she just has him and then like a couple friends with benefits. Apparently he just stopped liking that for whatever reason at some point, and he asked her to, like, stop. 3 girlfriends is a lot of work. You're not wrong. But, like, he just asked her to stop fooling around with people out, and, unless, you know, unless she's, like, had a couple drinks, because that's harder to avoid. But it was, like, phrased in a way that makes it seem like he was saying she can't be trusted while drunk. Which, if you're under the influence, I feel like for a lot of people, there's not much you can do about that either which way. Like, chill out, dude. But also, apparently, didn't talk to her about it, but apparently he was telling one of his other girlfriends about it, and that he kind of wanted to break up with her over it, and then that he wanted to make this like a permanent thing, that she's not allowed to fool around with anyone else, and like, she's really upset about it, because like the only time I'm allowed to feel, you know, any of this stuff, you know, trying to avoid the, you know, pleasure word on stream, because I don't know how much Twitch will get mad at me for that. But, yeah, I can see how that's pretty douchey. Yeah, well, the other thing about it, too, is that, because she's upset that he's basically saying she only gets to feel, you know, that, physical gratification. Let's word it that way. Hopefully Twitch is fine with that. During, like, the 1 week a year she actually gets to see him. And they had that week, pretty recently, and, like, you only get off with me or when you... Yeah. And... But they had that, like, one together week a year personally. This is your drunk hoe. I mean, better than being an angry hoe, or an angry drunk, probably, but... Yeah. But, like, they had that week together, apparently, and he, I guess, didn't make it very good for her. Apparently he never really figured out that she was pretty sensitive to being touched all over the place, because he only ever touched her to fondle her chest, or to put her head down to give him head, which, like, as fun as I'm sure that can be, if that's all you do, like, that is going to get stale. It's not enough at all. Exactly. And it's like, you had this, you know, agreement to how you want this relationship to look. You have 3 girlfriends, now all of a sudden you want to roll it back for no good reason. And, like, she's asked him if it was okay before, and he said yes. Man needs to watch the Camp Heel skit about how to treat your bitch. Man just needs to shape up. And I guess it kind of goes to show about how sometimes you just don't really know what you think you might know. Because, like, I know the guy, and he never struck me as the type of person to be that way. Like, it's funny, but the message is actually good from the skit. Oh, if it's funny and it's good, like a good message, that's always the best way to do it.
Some hard graft.
Always, always, always best way to do it. I need more Baroth shells. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, why? Why would you, be like this? Why would you? I don't get it, man. Some people be crazy. Yeah. And that's not even good crazy. Like, there's hot mistreatment, and then there's just being a dick. I'm sure it makes sense to him, but the message is lost in translation between his brain and mouth. Something like that. I don't know. I don't understand it. And I haven't heard anything similar about how he treats either of his other girlfriends. As far as I know, they're doing fine, all of them. But that's just like, dude, you need to chill the hell out. Gotta be equally. Yeah. If you want more than one, you gotta love them all the same. That's true, and I get that, like, it can be hard to do sometimes. I 100% get that. But, like, at least, like, even if you cannot, like, truly treat them all completely equally, if you can find a way to make it work, and it works, that's fine. If, if, what am I even saying at this point? Okay, but, like, if you can't treat all of them, words, mostly English ones, fair enough. You're not wrong. But yeah, like, if you can't treat them all equally well, which I'm sure, like, definitely can be very hard at times in these, you know, situations. At least make it a point not to treat one like shit and the other two like queens, unless that's, like, specifically how you do it. Like, you know, I'm sure you know what I mean saying that. But, like, and even then, if it is going to be like that, there does still have to be a certain level of chill, of respect. Like, if someone enjoys the rougher treatment, that's fine. Exactly, but, like, as long as you're not, you know, crossing lines that should not be crossed. Like, me personally, I love the, rougher treatment, as you're well aware. But at the same time, like, if I'm with someone and they have, you know, like, multiple significant others, and it's, you know, like, that's fine. Sure, whatever. But but even if, you know, even though I do enjoy that, like, if you're out here, you know, spoiling all the others, buying them, like, you know, spending $2 grand on them or something, and then, you know, you take me to McDonald's for a date, like, that's not gonna work. Like, how there's a difference between me calling you my favorite bitch boy and just calling you a bitch? Yeah, kinda. Pretty much. It's a good way to put it. Kinda outs me, but hey, we roll with it. Yeah, I'm sure nobody would ever be surprised at this point. I barked twice on stream. If anything, you're probably the favorite. Oh, I always make it a point to be the favorite. At least you're also humble. I try to be. I definitely am not sometimes. But I try to be. Of course, that sometimes is usually when people come in contradicting my extensive Dragon Ball knowledge. Like, nah, bitch, I've seen it all, I've read it all, I've played almost all of it. Like, you don't know more than me about this. You don't. Dragon Ball question for you then? Shoot. Could Krillin solo the Narutoverse? Oh, this debate? No, he could not. Krillin, I have nothing but respect for Krillin, really. Despite, you know, his reputation as one of the weaker Dragon Ball main cast, he is still the strongest pure-blooded human. And that's counting Tien, who is half Triclops. He is still incredibly crafty and was still able to best the likes of Gohan during the Universe Survival Saga. But no, Krillin could not solo the entire Narutoverse. He can definitely go up against some of their heavy hitters, for sure. But there's no shot that Krillin beats Naruto and Sasuke and Madara and, you know, Hashirama. Like, I love the man, but no shot. Hashirama would beat his ass. Yeah, like, he can go up against some of their heavy hitters, true. Like, Krillin could absolutely beat Neji. Krillin could most likely beat Kiba, or probably even Rock Lee. He's not beating pretty much any of the Hokages. Especially not after Tsunade got over her hemophobia. Only thing I think Krillin could do to win would be to blow up the planet. I'm 80% sure he could do that. Oh, Krillin is 100% strong enough to blow up the planet. Like, current Krillin is on par with, you know, Frieza, Namek Frieza. But, so he can definitely blow up planets, but he wouldn't. He never would. And while I'm certain he could, you know, he is definitely crafty enough, combined with his strength, to beat, you know, heavy hitters like Sasuke, Madara, and Hashirama. If soloing the verse is not something that's going to happen, because there is absolutely no way he beats all of them. And ninjutsu and ki attacks are so fundamentally similar that any Uchiha could probably copy his Destructo Disc, his Scatter Kamehameha. The multi-form technique, which they don't need to do, that's just Shadow Clone Jutsu, but still. Now, after her husband gets the sheep beat out of him, how far through Naruto would 18 get? That one's a bit tougher, because realistically, 18, although strong, is definitely not stronger than the likes of Naruto, Sasuke, and Madara, but she has the advantage of never getting tired. So that goes a long way. But at the same time, 18's also not nearly as crafty as Krillin is. So while she would definitely beat ass, 18 doesn't really solo the verse either. Hi. Hello. Last I saw for DBZ, she was significantly stronger than Krillin, like multiple times his power, and she's more brutal, to say the least. Well, she has calmed down a lot since she married him. And she is definitely very strong. I believe modern 18 is somewhere around semi-perfect Cell in terms of power. But at the same time, that's still not a whole ton. Now, Android 17, on the other hand, he's way craftier, still a bit more brutal, no nonsense. And as we saw when Goku went to recruit him for the Tournament of Power, he is on par with at least a holding back Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but that's still impressive as hell. So that combined with infinite energy and his craftiness, 17 definitely is a contender for that. I mean, the obvious answers are Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, Whis, and Broly and Frieza, and Jiren. Well, maybe Jiren. That one's kind of... That one's a bit more complicated.
Time for some hard graft.
Did I get everything I needed? I did. Now for the Anjanath. Jiren, I think, could do it as soon as someone says the tailed beasts are devils, he'd blast away continents. The interesting thing about that with Jiren is that he is not really stronger than Goku and Vegeta. Like Vegeta said, he is relatively on par with them. The big difference was that his energy control and his mindset, so to speak, was just so much more refined than theirs. He wasn't really much stronger, but he was a lot better. And as Vegeta put it, an attack that comes from nothing is impossible to predict. He didn't let his energy leak out and give away what he was going to do. But he wasn't actually stronger than them. So if he doesn't have that advantage of they wouldn't even be trying to sense his attacks, they'd be looking at his movements, they'd be looking at, all these other things, then he might not do as well as one would immediately believe. Which, of course, kind of applies to Goku and Vegeta, too. Difference is, they have a distinct advantage in Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. It's hard to beat someone you can't touch, and it's hard to beat someone who gets stronger when you touch him. That sounds weird, but my favorite? Mine's always been Gohan. He's, he's intelligent, he's kind. He knows what he wants, and he follows his own path, but when shit hits the fan, he locks in, he gets the job done. And he's proven he has so much potential that with, pretty minimal effort on his part, he can stand up with the likes of Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Frieza. Superhero movie definitely got me liking Gohan a lot more. Superhero was so good. I have a wall scroll right here of Beast Gohan doing the special beam cannon. Piccolo's power up to orange, too, was very well deserved. I'm not going to say he necessarily needed it, because Piccolo's always been smart, and even without it, he was still one of the strongest in Universe 7. He learned his dad's best attack. Yeah. Piccolo was definitely a big dad for Gohan. He was always there. But at the same time, and I know I'm probably going to catch some flack for this, at least when the VOD goes up on YouTube, but at the same time, Goku isn't as bad of a dad as people believe he is, at least not in Z. Because sure, he was absent for quite a bit of it, but a good amount of that was outside of his control. He was dead for a good chunk of it. And yes, he did kind of force Gohan to train with him and Piccolo, but it's because he didn't really have much other choice for when something happens to him. And he did still respect that Gohan is not him, that Gohan has his own desires, that he doesn't like fighting as much, but he also knows Gohan that when shit hits the fan, he needs to rely on Gohan, and Gohan is reliable. Goku isn't the best dad, but he did his best as a dad. Yeah, for sure. Like, best dad in the entire series absolutely goes to Krillin. But at the same time, Goku wasn't that bad. And what I think a lot of people miss, at least partially because Dragon Ball Super kind of took away the emotional maturity he gained throughout Z, is, if you notice, when he came back from Otherworld for the World Martial Arts Tournament during the Majin Buu saga, and he met Gohan, or Goten, excuse me. He did not introduce himself as Goten's father. He just introduced himself as Goku, like a friend, and let Goten make that first, relationship move. He did not establish himself as Goten's father until Goten hugged him and called him dad. But also at the same time, too, you have to realize that as much as he may love Chi-Chi, she's really not a good wife. And she's a mediocre mother. Like, she forced facts, yeah. Like, it worked for Gohan, sure. It aligned with what he wound up wanting. But she forced the whole no fighting, be a scholar on him. At first, at least. Kinda an abusive mom in a few ways, yeah. And, like, with Goten, she didn't care. Like, she taught him the basics of fighting because she knew it was going to happen eventually. But, like, the whole delinquent thing with the Super Saiyan transformation, I get it. It's a reference to the fact that, Japanese teenagers, when they rebel, they will dye their hair blonde. It's a cultural thing. But what she refuses to accept, too, is that Super Saiyan is not that. It is a cultural legend for them. It is their best self, in a way. And also their worst, depending on which angle you look at it. Yeah, like, she never really did anything with Goten, and it led to him being... Although he is shy, it led to him kind of just not caring about anyone's input except Trunks's, not caring what anyone thought, and just depending completely on Trunks. Which, Trunks isn't a bad guy to depend on, but, he's never away from Trunks, and outside of GT side shit that's, I'm pretty sure, not even canon within the GT canon, and within Dragon Ball Heroes, he never made it past that Super Saiyan stage he achieved when he was 7 years old. And he never really learned to fight without Trunks. He cannot fight on his own. And he can barely think on his own to a degree. And also, too, you gotta look at Chi-Chi is incredibly controlling to a nonsensical and ridiculous degree with Goku's training. Like, she is a martial artist herself that did calm down and step away from that when she, you know, settled down with Goku. Goku didn't, and she doesn't respect it. And, you know, always getting on his ass about, you know, providing for them, always getting on his ass about not going off to train. While he may not, you know, work some boring-ass, steady 9 to 5, he does enjoy his farm work, he just likes training, too. He does provide for them, and whenever he, like, can't, and even when he still does, Hercule's giving them millions. Like, all the time. Which, sure, she might not feel great about that, but, like, even though he saves the world monthly and made them enough to live on, yeah, like, sure, even if their farm doesn't perform that well, they get millions from Hercule just because he wants to. And even if they didn't, if Ox King's entire fortune didn't burn down in the castle fire in the original Dragon Ball, they would just be living on that their entire lives. So, like, what's the big difference? What she fails to realize, too, a lot of the time, is if Goku doesn't stay on top of this training, if he doesn't keep up with the likes of Frieza, they're all fucked. Like, Goku has saved not only Earth, but North Galaxy and all of Universe 7 countless times. And she's always still on his ass about the training and shit. It's like, if you want to get at him for the training, you can figure out how to beat Frieza. You can figure out how to go toe-to-toe with Majin Buu. You can figure out, you know, if Goku didn't put up as much of a fight as he did, mostly due to his training, Beerus would have just blown up the planet during Battle of Gods. And Bulma's like their best friend, so it's a text of, hey, can we borrow 40 million? Not even that. Like, Bulma could set them up for life and she wouldn't even notice. Goku has said himself that she probably has at least 10 million lying under her couch cushions. Like, you can fight the cat god. Bulma backhanded him. What did you do? Well, you know, Bulma smacked Beerus across the face, which, granted, was a stupid decision on her part. But that's also why Beerus likes her, and why Beerus likes keeping her and the Earth around, outside of for the food. Because Bulma is one of the few people with that kind of balls. And even without that, too, if he were to do something to Bulma outside of, if you don't factor in Toriyama basing Beerus off of his own cat, thus specifically writing Beerus to be unbeatable, then he knows he's fucked. He knows that Vegeta's gonna whoop his ass. 80% the food, 10% for each of Bulma's balls. Exactly. Yeah, and if you take out him specifically being written to be unbeatable by Toriyama because he's based off of Toriyama's actual pet cat, Beerus is smart enough to know that if he were to kill Bulma, Vegeta would whoop his ass. At least at this point, where Vegeta has proven he is stronger than the other gods of destruction. Vegeta would go after the Supreme Kai, kill Beerus that way if he had to. If he really, really needed it, then maybe? But I don't think his pride would really allow that, because he knows he's far, far stronger than Supreme Kai. Even Kibito Kai. The only time Supreme Kai ever really stood a chance against Vegeta, at least after they, you know, met, would be in Dragon Ball Fusions when Kibito Kai fused with Beerus. Pride-wise, I don't think he would, because he knows he can easily beat all 12 Supreme Kais at once if he wanted to. I didn't know that was a thing that happened. Yeah, it's, a lot of people don't. I don't think Dragon Ball Fusions sold, like, super well, at least compared to most Dragon Ball games. It was on the 3DS. But it had some very interesting fusions, like Cyberman and Chaozu, as well as Third Form Frieza with Super Saiyan Grade 3 Vegeta. Like, it was just... there was a lot of weird stuff going on. It was interesting, though. I still need another Fang? Damn. Now, granted, if he saw literally no other choice, and it was, you know, a major thing that really needed to be done, he would go for Supreme Kai if he had no options. And it was a matter of, if he doesn't, like, Bulma dies, Trunks dies, yada yada. Because if he kills Beerus, Supreme Kai dies anyway. But he would absolutely try to beat Beerus first. Yeah, definitely would, just to say he did. Yeah. Another thing that I feel like gets swept under the rug. What you guys talking about? Dragon Ball. Went on a side tangent after dissing on Chi-Chi being a horrible mother and wife. Of course, of course. Yep. Chi-Chi? Yeah, Goku's wife. Oh. DBZ got the puppy talking nerdy, now I kinda wanna reel him until he can't walk. Damn, if all I gotta do for that is be a nerd, then whew, that's never ending. And I am okay with that, as you should. It kinda does it for me. It does it for a lot of people, it's weird. And by weird, I mean understandable. You can ask, you know, a ton of our friends. Like, there is not much cuter than rambling about something you're passionate about. Like, people love it, and they love doing it. Like, if you get me talking about DBZ, I will talk about Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Z Kai, Dragon Ball Super, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Daima after I watch it. Been too busy lately to really do it, and it sucks. That weird-ass fucking Dragon Ball GT live show from 1998? 99? 99. Don't worry, one day I'll info dump about AOS or 40k, and it'll be like 10 hours of rants. Sweet. Sounds like fun. And you totally need to teach me how to play 40k. Or Warhammer, whatever. The tabletop doesn't have 40k either, does it? It's just Warhammer? Or am I crazy? I miss ranting about space or physics or something. You can always rant about space or physics or something. I will be there. I will appreciate the rant. I make no promises to understand everything you say, however. Warhammer 40k is the sci-fi, Age of Sigmar is the fantasy version. Wait, there's a sci-fi and a fantasy version? It's not just sci-fi? Well, I guess it's kind of both sci-fi and fantasy, because on the one hand, you got the space shit, and on the other hand, you got the forces of chaos, and the dark gods, and all that. But, like, there's different... Huh? So chaos is in both versions. Yeah, yeah. My Warhammer knowledge is restricted to Space Marine and Dawn of War. No one seems interested when I talk about things I'm excited about. I'm sorry. I know I definitely can come across that way sometimes. I don't know, I try not to. I don't know, sometimes I certainly do come across like that without meaning to, and I feel like there's also a degree of, like, how do I put it? Like a degree of subconscious influence that helps some people, like, think I don't care, because, like, nobody properly punctuates texts, and I do. Warhammer 40k is the Space Marines, planet-killing bombs, war. The fantasy version has dwarves and goblins and elves and zombies and vampires and all kinds of cool shit. So there we go. You learn something new every day. Zombies are fun. Space stuff, though, is awesome. There's a dark sky sanctuary near where I live. I'll have to take you there after I steal wood. That sounds fun for you. I'm not that interested. I used to be very interested in that stuff. Not anymore. I don't know. I'd probably stay behind. Record or something. That sounds super wonderful. I love that. I've always wanted to go to one. Well, so there you go. It's also near a natural hot spring resort, and it's super peaceful and relaxing. I try to go once a month. Okay, this probably says a lot about me, but you say natural hot spring, and I just think of that one episode of, Futabu, is it? And, I don't know. Why, yes, I am a degenerate. Sounds super nice. Yeah. time with us at a hot spring doing all kinds of things that MCs wish they could. I never said that. I never said that. Just that I probably wouldn't be quite as interested in the Dark Sky Sanctuary stuff. But no, Hot Spring. Yep, we're back, we're back. Stupid disconnect reconnect. It's my internet. Couldn't get anything better than fucking Comcast garbage. With where I'm at now. Is it lagging on your end, too? It should be much better now. But yeah, couldn't get anything better than fucking Comcast garbage. With this place, it's really annoying. Started to lag out for you, right? Degenerate he is. Yeah. It's the shitty Wi-Fi that always seems to get shittier when I play anything that's not, you know, remake or... not necessarily remake, but... you know, something like a fan game like Infinite Fusion, or a game that's literally older than I am. Why it is this way, I don't know, and I hate it. You know, something almost twice your age you'd love to play with? Yep. You are speaking facts. My original Sega Genesis. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong. But unfortunately, it is 1:30. I need a nap, and by nap, I mean to play XCOM until it's done and then get 4 hours of sleep before work. That is 100% fair. fair
We can accomplish
based
anything.
slate. This is the way. Yep, this is the way. A Star Wars reference. Not in my Christian Minecraft server. Can I help? Help her sleep? Little bit of a...
Time for some hard graft.
No Anjanath tree on the charge blade, really? That's interesting. Flaming Gaffer. I'm still waiting for what we talked about earlier, but I think you could help. What you talked about earlier? Oh, this sounds interesting. Damn. I haven't taken a shower yet. Oh. It's just us being degenerates, don't worry. I mean, fair enough. What more do you need in life? Tacos. Fair enough. I was gonna say Cheetos Puffs. I could go for some Cheetos Puffs. And high-speed Wi-Fi? Yes. I could use a taco. Yo, let's go get tacos. Jack a private jet, use it to come pick me up, we'll go get tacos. We're gonna need like a gigabit up and down minimum. Yeah. Definitely. Taco Bell up here is open until 3 a.m. Nice. Hot take, I love the Doritos Locos Taco. Same here. I don't know when Taco Bell closes over here. It's not real tacos, but it works. I have gigabit internet, I just don't want it to go down. Yeah. The Domino's ones are good. Domino's has tacos? Doritos? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I also apparently want a pizza. I mean, hey, sounds good. Doritos Locos Tacos are yummy. Facts. See, you two get me. You get it. First Wyverian print. Neat. Damn, all this talking about food, y'all got my mouth watering. Not that you don't do that anyway, huh? Wink wink. I gotta, like, say wink wink. I can't wink because I have the mask over one of my eyes, so it just looks like blinking. Not the first time I've done that. Exactly. Exactly. And it will definitely not be the last. Now it's between going to sleep or taking a shower, then going to sleep. Good choices all around. Ah, right. Well, that worked.
The insect glaive is a close-range weapon that lets you control insects.
Damn, I haven't used this thing in a minute. Yeah, I forgot they added that descending thrust to this. Well. Ow. Die. I've been busy as hell lately. Between streaming, recording, battle prep for the Nuzlocke video. Like, battle planning, I guess, is a better way to say it. Getting card collection sorted out and dealt with. A lot going on. Bug Lance is a lot of style, but lacks the simple pleasure of the hammer. I love the Insect Glaive. It's so fun. Do 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 do. Oh, hello. Jesus. Dodge the stupid dinosaur. Oh, jeez. Can I sharpen, please? Do 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 do. God, I love this weapon. Definitely one of my favorites. Oh god. It's a cool one, but I crave the purity of the bunk. The hammer is more fun than I thought it would be, that's for sure. Not typically a fan of bigger, heavier weapons. But I have had some fun with the hammer. Thank you, Bigger Wasp Revival. God, I am not doing very well tonight. Question is, am I having an off night for Monster Hunter? Is it because I've had trouble focusing on this game lately? Beat Dark Souls with hammers, beat Demon Souls with a hammer. Elenia, I got lucky and let me solo work killer for me. I beat Dark Souls with the Uchigatana. I haven't beat Demon Souls yet. I need to work on that. I haven't fought Malenia yet. I haven't put a ton of time into Elden Ring. He was raised in a stat move household for sure. I wasn't even paying attention to my map, because he usually just pops up here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll, like, make a couple tier lists or something after this hunt. I don't know. This is why when I tweeted and did the live notification and stuff, I put I might want to break from it for a minute, because, I don't know. OBS doesn't seem to like streaming it all that much. My ADHD ass is not focusing very fantastically. I don't know. Wrong button again. probably the other thing about doing a series like this one is I have put hundreds of hours into Monster Hunter World. So I don't know, it's harder for me to, like... I love this game, and I love playing it, but it's, like, harder for me to focus on doing big stream series with it because I know this game already. I don't know. All I do know is that my brain doesn't work like it's supposed to. It's also too bad this thing does not have any... There's less mystery to help push you to keep going. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, on one hand, I don't want to be like one of those people who starts 6,000 series and never finishes any of them. Granted, that won't happen considering, I mean, there's still all the post E4 stuff to go, but we did become the Kanto champion in Infinite Fusion last night. And I definitely don't think I'm going to just ditch XCOM 2 without finishing it. But at the same time, I don't know that game like I know this one. There's stuff to keep me going, there's stuff to keep me on the tip of my toes. Just, I don't know. In XCOM 2, the Long War mod adds a lot more. Yeah, I've played a little bit of Long War on Enemy Within. You know, Long War of the Chosen is going to be insane on so many levels. Yeah, I don't know. Certainly something I have to think about. Damn, one thing, that sucks.
Full steam ahead!
bring up... Let me do this. Let me... add like a temporary display capture here. Here we go. Put it under VTube Studio. There we go. Cause like here's my Steam. Black Myth Wukong absolutely does not work with this internet and with how high demand the game is. Borderlands 3 I'm not gonna do because I haven't finished Borderlands 1 or 2. Cyberpunk might get me in trouble with Twitch. But like, what else would you guys be interested in seeing? Because I don't know. I think the lag issue might be on my end. It's not. I can tell you for sure it's not, because OBS, like, yells at me about it. You were smacking up a lizard and now you're in your Steam library? Okay, yeah, that one might be you. That one might be your end. But yeah, I was just saying, like, what else would you guys be interested in seeing? XCOM would be fun to watch. Yeah, I'm doing XCOM 2 on the Fridays. I was planning on, Enemy Within Long War, but it just it's broken with Steam. Maybe the Dragon Ages, but not the new one. Yeah. I had a thing with Dragon Age Origins where it just like would not load at all. Like it would crash all the time. After I switched it to this computer, and I tried every fix I could find, nothing worked. Dragon Age 2 I could definitely do, though. And I haven't finished 2, DA2, so that is another option. What does it say purchase? I can play this through my Steam share with my main account. Jesus. From your Steam family library, Steam family, Steam family. Why? Is it just DA2 that won't do it? That's so weird. I don't know, because I use a separate account for this. And I just Steam share my games. That would be wired. Yeah. Weird. I mean, it might be because you gotta go through EA too. Gotta go through EA and Steam. And EA just might not like that idea. I don't think everything's showing up either, because... Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 isn't here. EA long ago was a great game company. Yeah, long ago. Assassin's Creed 2 isn't here either. That's so weird. Because I didn't. There were Jedi back then? Yeah. Because, like, I didn't hide any games outside of the games that would get me banned from Twitch immediately. We all know the type I'm talking about. If I must be mad at me. It's not you. My OBS disconnected and reconnected again. Breeders of Niflheim is a favorite. I haven't played that one. But you know, it's not you. It's OBS and just my shit internet. It's really fucking frustrating. And it's annoying when it does it too, because then I go to upload the VODs to YouTube, the stream VOD to YouTube, and I have to, like, edit 3 separate VODs together and then upload that to YouTube, and it just makes it take, like, twice as long. I don't know, it's so annoying. And if it's not gonna work, I can't do anything, so I think I'll just end stream here for tonight, do a short one again. Eventually, I'll be able to do real fucking streams. Jeez. But I hope it was enjoyable anyway. That said, have a good evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow for XCOM 2. I got nothing else, just fuck me in this internet, dude. Alright. See you next time, everybody.